Oh, I will be talking about simultaneous reality and what that means, what that looks like, as well as eating habits, emotional eating, fasting, how that's affecting us today, and how it can affect us and help us in the near future and everything that we're pretty much experiencing right now. It all ties together, and I'm going to be starting with the simultaneous reality that humanity is experiencing. And so, what Spirit showed me is that right now there's a portion of portion of humans that are aware of what's happening in spirit world and in this physical world, and that there is a bigger agenda behind why they're pushing the things that they're pushing, why the thing that is harming many was created, and those people have their specific understanding and reality that they're living. And then there's those who are experiencing the devastation, the fear, the pushing that poison that people are inserting into their body is going to save everybody from that thing that was created. Now I have to say, none, okay, neither one is better than the other. It just is. However, the focus here is that both realities are happening simultaneously. So one or the other isn't better. And the reason why it's important for me to discuss and talk about this is because it'll help with coming to the middle ground and learning how to coexist again with each other. Because, and I feel that that's already started. At first there was a lot of division, a lot of anger, a lot of pointing the finger. It's because you're doing it, it's because you're not doing it. Oh, wow. Oh, I feel that you guys saw all those little birds. Okay, that just gave me the chills. So I'm surrounded by a bunch of little birds. That Spirit's validation. We are absolutely going through the simultaneous reality, and they're still here right next to me. Oh my goodness. And so it's important that we merge those realities and navigate through it together, because it's part of how we're going to heal, as I spoke in the last message. It's important that we understand what's going on and that we honor and respect each other's process and experience right now. So again, neither one is better than the other. Oh my gosh, I literally feel like they're going to land on me. And so I apologize if I'm losing my focus here. It's just pretty amazing to have these little creatures flying around me so closely. And so while some are becoming aware of the reality that, the greater picture, agenda, or purpose behind, having humanity push this poison into our bodies, that's slowly becoming, more, I guess people are searching more for answers and really open to the possibility that they've been lied to. That's where the healing is going to come in. However, there's still some that are experiencing or living in their truth, which is that there is only that happening, and that everybody else is delusional, and that we're, conspiracy theorists. And so that's their reality. And again, that's fine. That's what they're experiencing. So because of it, I was shown and told that we all had a contract before we came in, and we agreed to come in and experience the way we're experiencing it. Just as I said before, this is part of my assignment, part of my purpose. So is everybody else's reality of what they're living right now. This is part of their agreement. And so those people that are inserting that thing into their body had a contract before they came in, that they would be the ones to, how do I explain this? Um, okay, so when I saw this, it was just like a big awareness, and and I'm trying to process this, because it's a sadness, but then also it made me like switch my awareness and thought about the people that are taking it, because at first I was just in this space of like, why are you doing this? You guys, don't do it, don't do it. And so when Spirit really explained this and broke it down to me, that they had this contract, and that they are actually the ones who are saving humanity, because they're putting themselves in the front line, so to speak, because of them, those of us who are not receiving it are being protected, or are, for lack of better words, saving us from having to go through that, because they are bravely, knowingly or unknowingly, stepping up and putting that into their body. A lot of them have been pushed into a corner, and they very much could have said no, but they really didn't have much of an option, because they had to, for different reasons, for whatever reasons they felt that they had to. And I still say everybody has free will and a choice, and that first and foremost, if you're doing it just because you feel you have no other option, know that there are options, and first look into it. However, there are those that really actually don't have a support system, and they have to provide for their families. They have to keep that job, otherwise they lose their livelihood. And they are the ones who knowingly are taking risks and inserting it. That's the part where it just really, like, I feel it I feel it deep down inside, that they're making sacrifices for their family, but also humanity, because of them. As I said before, that's the way the rest of the people are going to realize that none of that is safe. None of that is safe, and that there are consequences. And as we are already experiencing, as I shared the last video, I know somebody that, because of it, has crossed over, and we're going to be seeing more of this. So those people chose, before they came in, to be the heroes, to be brave, to step up and sacrifice themselves for the greater good of humanity, when before it was kind of like, just stop doing it, just, if we just say no, this will just stop, which is still true. But because it has gone this far, and people have been pushed to coercion and making decisions that they, if they don't, otherwise won't have access to daily livelihood means, then there was, that was also going to be a situation for many of us. And so what I'm saying is that as we navigate through these times, those of us who are aware and have been resisting and have been bringing light to all that's going on, more so need to be compassionate and grateful for those who are bravely just, going through this, so that the rest of us are protected. And I didn't see it that way until recently, honestly. And so I felt it was important for me to share that with you guys. So maybe that will help you guys soften up and shift your feelings or thoughts with the people that, are still going along with this. And and receiving the poison in their body. It's truly a sad time that we're going through. And so they need our support, and they need us to love them even more so right now than ever. So again, it's all about coming together and holding space for each other's process and the way we're experiencing these times that we're living in. And so the next thing I want to talk about is, oh, there's a hummingbird right here. Oh my gosh, I just love being here. I apologize for all the, the sidetracks, but it's just, these are signs from spirit to me. And I just feel like if I share them with you when they happen, you can also know that these messages are divinely guided and that spirit is with us. So about, food, notice where you're at. Notice where you're at with your eating. Are you overeating? Are you stress eating? And if so, start being mindful of it. Start doing the work on what it is that you're stressed about, which, I mean, there's many things, right? What it is that you're depressed about, and start working on those things. Goes back to doing healing work. We have to really start focusing on it. And so the reason why I'm bringing the eating in, though, is because, as you guys have seen, things are increasing in price. And there's also less and less food available. So I talked about fasting all last year, and I kept telling you guys it's time for you guys to start fasting, learn how to fast while it's coming back up, because the shortages. And so this is, again, many of the messages that were coming through didn't happen right away, but they're happening, right? So you were supposed to be preparing your body, adjusting it, teaching it how to fast, so that when this time came around, you wouldn't feel it as much, both physically and emotionally. Because physically, the last thing you want is to shock your body into a fast, because then other health problems can happen. So start working on the emotional aspect of why you might be stress eating, so that when you start fasting, if you haven't already, it won't be as shocking to you as if, now you haven't dealt with the emotional trauma or whatever you're feeling. And also now you have to fast. That's not going to be healthy. Again, it's about staying healthy. So start working on the traumas or the things that are stressing you out while you're emotionally eating, and then start transitioning into a fast. Because we are going to start seeing, that there's less and less stuff available for us in the stores. Goes back to having your reserves, and really just having things that you can eat small amounts and you're going to be okay. So start training and teaching yourself to eat small amounts or to fast longer periods throughout the day. And just know we will get through this. We will, but it is going to take some work. It is going to take community. And above all, just it's time to love each other and stop judging each other, stop pointing fingers, because that's not going to get us anywhere. And that includes myself, because I've been going through my, in and outs of like, you guys, and I know that I did that like 2 messages ago, and I leave them up because they come through. And so I know that to some extent people need to receive those messages, because there's some people that are just completely being selfish. I'm just going to say it that way. And so those people need to receive that, because there's a difference. People not having awareness, and they feel that the reality that they're experiencing is the truth, versus the people that see what's going on and they're just being selfish and stubborn because they can care less. It's not affecting them. And so out of sight, out of mind, or they're not being affected unless they were being affected. And so that's the only time then they want to be hands-on. And so sometimes when I'm very direct with the messages, it's spirit telling me people need to snap out of their complacency and really step into the action, and to honoring, and to doing, and to just participating in this worldwide, worldwide, I don't even know what word to use. I don't want to put any negativity in it. But you guys understand what I'm saying. I think you guys hear what I'm saying and what the message is intended to be, versus me just, attacking people. That's not ever my intention. My purpose is always, as I've said many times, to bring awareness and to bring guidance and to hopefully just bring people together to finally start working through this together collectively, because that's the only way we get through it. So yes, please start, if you haven't already, saving your seeds. You're going to need them. This was a message like from the very beginning, like 19 months ago, to save your seeds. So if you missed those messages, start saving your seeds. And start working on, again, I keep hearing, start working on tending your soil, so when it's time to plant those seeds, you're ready to go. So that's about it for this message. Hang in there, keep your prayers going as always, and yeah, all right, I hope